Like darkness?
Yeah, welcome back everyone. My name is Omega Zero. As you can see, we're here with more Dark Souls 3. Hold up, I'm trying to see, like, can you guys, like, I think you guys can barely hear it. Yeah, there we go. I was like, what? Where's the thing? Anyways, as you see, we're back here on Firelink Shrine because technically, before I want to do this here DLC, there's a few little side quests you want to do. One involves basically talking to this guy right here throughout the entire game. I know I've left him alone, but I'm just gonna mute myself and allow him to talk through this. So this is more gonna be a dialogue-based episode than anything else.
What a sick joke. Asking us to seek the Lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. We're talking true legends, those who would link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots. Ooh, yet to give in, eh? Good. The Firekeeper must be twitching with delight. But what do you really know about these Lords of Cinder, these supposed legends? Let's take Aldrich for one, a right and proper cleric, only he developed a habit of devouring men. He ate so many that he bloated like a drowned pig, then softened into sludge. So they stuck him in the Cathedral of the Deep, and they made him a Lord of Cinder, not for virtue, but for might. Such as a lord, I suppose. But here I ask, do we have a sodding chance? At the foot of Lothric Castle, an old path still runs below the tower in the Undead Settlement. It was used to transport sacrifices to the Cathedral of the Deep. You should see where it leads, if you've the stones for it. You haven't given up yet. Then you're a brasher less than I thought. You can make better use of this. I don't need it. Not now I've flown the coop. The Undead Legion of Farron is a caravan of undead, sworn by wolf's blood to contain the abyss. The Legion will bury a kingdom at the first sign of exposure. Joyous bunch, really. Gaining admission to the Legion is a matter of some ceremony. Inside their keep, snuffing out the flames of 3 altars opens the door to the wolf blood. Even accursed undead want to believe they're special, it seems. I pity the sorry souls. Gaining admission to the Legion is a matter of some ceremony. inside their key, even a cry.
Okay, so that's it for his dialogue. But I believe if you rest. Huh. Okay, I think you need to actually leave Firekeep and then come back. But let's continue on forward. As I mentioned, Grey Rat will always fall in Lothar Castle, and I'll go to the area where we can show that off. But anyway, let's talk to Andre. So we can reinforce. We can't further reinforce our Estus flags. What? Cannot reinforce further. What? Well. Oh, yeah. We already had 15 when I was like, wait, what? No, I was just being stupid. We're going to talk to Orbeck, and we're going to learn all the spells he has. So we're just going to buy all of them. Is there a point to it? Yes, because this actually will complete his side quest, but it really won't be necessary. As you can see, it does cost quite a few souls just to learn all his spells. And not all of them are useful, I'll tell you this. Pestilent Mist we will use for one boss if we get that far. And I don't just die constantly trying to fight it. But after you're learning all of Orbeck's spells that he has to owe him from giving him the scrolls, talk to him again and you get some dialogue based on how many spells you learned.
Oh, I have something for you. You're a fine sorcerer now, no mistake. You should have something to prove it. Go on. If I'm giving something away, you'd better well take it.
Young Dragon Crest Ring, or Young Dragon Ring, it boosts your sorceries by 25%, I believe. And now you have something else that will happen. That happens when you learn about 50%. I want to say it learns when you learn about the first 2 scrolls you give him. So talk to him again, I believe, when you learned 3 scrolls or the last 4, I think.
How do you like gimmicks, friend? This is a sign, a cipher, employed by sorcerers who use quietude to their advantage. With this, you can be sure to tell friend from foe from your very first encounter. It's a very old practice at this point, but one that you deserve to know.
Okay, yeah, that happens when you learn about the 3rd scroll, the Logan scroll you get from that one random mage from all the way back, which I forgot we need to grab an item from that area too. So talk to him one final time, and this is what happens when you learn every single sorcery he has to teach you after getting the crystal scroll from the other crystal sage in the library.
In Vinheim, I was an assassin, a sorcerer only in name, a killer for hire. What a fool I was, thinking one day I would learn real sorceries. When I became undead, I was exiled from the school. But here I am, now, exploring the depths of sorcery. All thanks to you, I might add.
Okay, I was wrong. That's just a little bit of extra dialogue. I believe, again, when you get around 75%.
You are no ordinary woman. All these sorceries, and you've mastered every one. If this were the Dragon School, you'd be, well, overtly despised and banished from the place. Well, I suppose it's time I packed my bags. I would hate to see our agreement end sourly. Better left, tucked away, as a pleasant memory. You are no all. If this were the well, I would have better left.
Alright, so you see the final
Promise
source.
to stay safe. It's been nice running our own little school.
And Orbeck actually treats you nicely if you manage to learn a certain amount of sorceries, because like, oh, you actually learned them all. We're gonna talk to Cornix. And even though at this point there's really no point, Fire Surge, again, I'm just gonna buy all these spells and like not really look forward to leveling up because we still have quite a few of the areas to go through. And let's see, let's talk to him now since we learned every single pyromancy we can from him.
Heed my words, unkindled one. Fear the fire. The home of pyromancy, Izalith, was scorched by the very fire it created. Undoubtedly, it was a flame of chaos, tangled by a witch's hand. But who's to say that this bonfire's flame is any different?
And there he goes, just giving you a little bit of a warning, like, hey, be careful with the flame. Anyways, we're going to reinforce it once more. That will give us the +8, and then we'll go to +9. We'll hold on to that for now, because we're still low level, so that means we won't get invasions as often.
Not be gone for long. What is...
But Cornix here is like, just be wary of the fire. Alright, so one of the last people we have to talk to here is Irina. And she doesn't have any new dialogue now, but you want to learn as many miracles from her, because she kind of goes through an evolution if you learn all these miracles. Well, all of them are not amazingly well, like some of the, except for Tears of Denial. Tears of Denial is freaking amazing. As you can see, we're actually almost out of souls. Alright, so we bought all we can, and we're going to talk to Irina now.
I was not meant to be a firekeeper, but I am honored to serve you beside the bonfire. The gods are ever merciful. My gratitude lies with them and with you. I am yours now. Your wish is my command.
Okay, so that's different. That's kind of like her typical talk dialogue, but now that we learned all the miracles, we actually should get something different.
Thank you ever so much, sweet champion. May your solemn duty conclude in triumph.
We've learned all the miracles. I think we did at the very least. I could have been wrong. I could have not been paying attention, but because I've consumed all the souls that we have left except for the soul of the Twin Princes, which we're actually going to get the final one for, which is one of the last boss souls. So we're going to begin our transposition, and we actually only get weapons off these two. So now you have the choice between Lothric's Holy Sword and the choice between Lorien's Greatsword. Lorien's Greatsword is an ultra great sword. It's big, it's charged, and it does do a lot of damage. But I am going to get Lothric's Holy Sword because it's something we can wield, and its weapon art, Sacred Lothric Thrust, is a good little weapon art you can use to catch your enemies off guard. So I'm going to buy that. And you probably want to hold on to it until New Game Plus, because there is something cool. You can combine it with Lorien's Greatsword and get a new weapon, but you can only do it in New Game Plus. So to do that, we get our...
To choose thy fate alone. Seize it with thine own hands. All the more should thy fate impale such foul betrayal.
Okay, I haven't actually heard... It's been a while since I heard that dialogue. That's why I was like, oh, okay. Okay, let's see. Let's us burn this last Undead Bone Shard, giving us basically the max amount of healing for both the Ashen Estus and regular Estus. So there's actually a few places that we want to go this episode, since this is more of cleanup, if anything else. I showed it was mostly dialogue here first. Kind of like showing off like this is the very end of the game, because you get people's different reactions and opinions. But we're going to go all the way back to the Undead Settlement and go back to the cliff underside. The reason you want to go back here, of all places, is because remember when we helped out Cirrus of the of the Sunless Realms. Her side quest is not yet done, because we have another part to do, and it does require us to go back to the area where we found Hodrick in the Secret Covenant. While you could kill him relatively early if you're good enough, I wouldn't recommend doing it on lower levels, because this guy can mollywop you pretty easily. Anyways, fog effect, go away. But as you can see, now that we're kind of like out here in the natural areas, you can kind of like get a natural look of the layout of the land. Instead of like the typical blue sky, everything's now orange. Kind of like in a sunset, kind of like signaling like the end of fire, the end of the Age of Fire is coming, and you better be prepared. But anyways, though, after coming to this area, you want to run all the way back down to here, again, to where you first met Hodrick in the not dilapidated bridge, but you want to go up here. You don't have to be summoned. You don't have to be embered, I should say. Sirius has summoned them. We're going to answer her call for jolly cooperation. And this one's actually going to give us... I don't want to say I should have done this further, because during the Lothric boss fight with him and Lorien, you actually can join in Sirius and Orbeck.
Just as I promised, Grandad. Remember?
Okay, so you also find out here that Hodrick is Sirius's granddad, which is kind of interesting, if anything else. Like, it's a little weird that Hodrick, of all people, is someone's granddad. Alright, we're going to try to get backstab to show off... Ooh, wow, he actually took that very well. He took that very well. Okay. And now he's actually half healing. And he actually hurts. And it really isn't that difficult. He can kill Sirius. Oh god! He got me on the backswing. Come on. Come on, you prick. Ah, suck it, Hodrick.
Good night, Grandad.
And bam, you have defeated Hodrick. And this is actually part of the quest, yada yada. Technically, you killed him in your world earlier when the whole Cursed by a Great Wood Tree fell on top of him. Just kind of like by pure accident, really. But with that, yeah, we have completed Sirius' side quest. And again, going back to the Lorien boss fight, you could summon her and Orbeck, but I believe you have to go through with their quest completely. You need to complete this quest for Sirius, and you need to complete the other... You need to complete Orbeck's quest of helping him after learning pretty much every spell. Which it's kind of like a short time frame. I know I probably should have started up, but as I say way earlier in this playthrough, somewhere, like, I don't know, like in the early parts, when we actually could summon. Summoning allies to help in boss fights is not the best idea, because they do extra damage and they have more health. But anyways, as you can see, Sirius is here, so let's go talk to her, and we have new dialogue for her.
Oh, there you are. I'm afraid I've involved you in my affairs, over a little promise at that. My sincerest thanks for your assistance. At last, my grandfather will rest in peace, and I can die. But there is one last... May I take a vow? To serve you as a knight.
Okay, so this actually does affect her ending. What you want, you can refuse, and then she is obviously distraught or upset that you chose to refuse, but I never ever done that because it makes me feel kind of like an asshole. My apologies for saying that. You can. I'm going to accept her knightly vow, because even though Tharja doesn't like people following her or doing things, she's very willing to have people just like, alright, fine, you want to help serve me? Fine, sure. So we're going to accept her knightly vow.
Oh, I am most grateful. I, Sirius, do hereby serve as your faithful knight. Wherever, whenever I am needed. My loyalty shall never waver. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
Do we miss dialogue there? I don't know why. Even if the whole world turns against you, maybe it was probably in Japanese only. Which is weird because, like, it shouldn't have happened, but... Okay, for you.
You offed the Lords of Cinder, the Undead Legion. So that's how they're delivered to their thrones. I pity the sorry souls. Is that really Lordship's last reward? failed to thank you for helping them find their final resting place. I pity the sorry souls. Is that really Lordship's last reward?
Okay, so we'll actually have to come back for him again later. So, as you may recall, we learned all the spells, or all the miracles. But Irina's not here, which is kind of strange. Like, why is Irina not here in her normal resting spot? Well, in the event that you learned every single miracle from Irina, she'll actually get moved to a new entire location. So, if this thing loads, because it has to load the whole area, which is kind of strange, but you think after like talking to everyone for a bit, it's like, oh, okay, we'll load. But no, they don't start to load it until you actually, I believe, extend the steps to those throne. So, Irina's new location is actually over here, of all places. Yeah, remember the tower with all the firekeepers in here? Well, go up here, and Irina has now evolved into a firekeeper.
Oh, sweet champion of ash. Let souls be your strength.
And you can level up at her. It's really no point, because like it's the same amount of souls between each firekeeper, between the two. It's kind of like a neat little thing that after learning all her miracles, Irina has basically kind of given up, accepted her fate. I don't know. It's because like it's kind of strange, but after doing that, yeah, Irina will be here, and she doesn't give us new dialogue. So that'll actually have us go to another area. We're actually gonna go back to the Undead Settlement. Actually, no, we're gonna go to the Road of Sacrifices. Go that way, and show off what happened when you completed Irina's quest. Because then we'll do that, and then we'll have to go to another area. We're actually gonna go back to Lothar Castle, and good lord, is it hot! I know I'm recording this in December, but at my house is like it's freaking hot. But yeah, go to the Road of Sacrifices. We're gonna go to this first part right here because I think it's faster, and I actually do need to check out what's doing this. And I just have a bunch of stuff to do, but I primarily of all things, a mobile game's taking up most of my time. Being Bleach Brave Souls because they're doing their Christmas battle right now, and I finished almost all the steps. But free to play orbs, yeah, I ain't paying money for that. I think I only paid money for them once, and that was like 2 or 3 years ago. It was like almost 3 years ago, yeah, because when I downloaded the game again, it said it was like 725 days or something since I last logged on. So, but in the meantime, like, stuff has been going way easier. It's easier to grind money. Well, not really. I just had a bunch of money. It's easier to grind pretty much everything. Link slot potions, orbs, because a frick ton of new characters came out, and a bunch of new stages, everything. But anyways, yeah, we go through the back way here to where we originally met Irina, and what was that guy's name? I forgot. Morn, the guy in the morning armor. For some reason, he's just dead. No! Well, we got Morn's Grey Hammer and the Morning Shield, and the Moaning Shield. Yeah, he's just straight up dead here for like no reason. Yeah, unplug this. Yeah, it's just strange. Like maybe it's just like once I believe they're tied together. Like each Egon, that was his name, Egon. Wait, Egon's purpose. I believe when the Moaning Knight's purpose are fulfilled. I don't know if they just die because I know they're all assigned to like a priestess due to their like religion. Or something along those lines. My lore can be all off on this. I'm just kind of simplifying it to a simple degree. Where's this guy? Is he up here? I do not know. That's up there. Trespasser. Sky hosting duels. Oh, what the? Okay. Alright. Whatever. He's doing that. Ooh. We're not doing a whole lot of damage. Ooh. Nope. Ooh, I fell. Ah, crap. That was on me. That was on me, to be fair. But, whatever. I really don't care. It got in the way of my video doing all that. But, yeah, going back to the lore, yeah, that's just basically what it was. It's like, I guess he fulfilled his purpose. I don't know if he committed seppuku or something. Or unalived himself. It really is strange because they don't explain why Egon is just dead and like he's just there. Anyways, though, no, we're not going to do that. We are going to go to the shrine bonfire once again because guess what? Hawkwood, the deserter, that guy's the guy who was kind of like, oh, the Undead Legion, the one where he's just kind of like going off and on about him, and he even gave us their ring, the Farron ring. Guess what? He has a lot of dialogue that we skipped out throughout this game. Because, well, he's kind of unimportant in a sense. Because look, where is it? The Farron ring. Where is it? It's freaking somewhere. There it is. It reduces skill FP consumption. So I believe it's the same along the lines of what? This? No, this is spell specifically. The Farron one is the one where you do like the weapon arts. Like this, the one where this is the stance. Yeah, you do that. And it's like, oh, okay. Anyways, after doing a whole bunch of talking and getting like the Farron ring, all that, you want to go off to the left side around here with the freaking dog. Take it out, and you see a weapon and an item. This is Hawkwood's shield, and Hawkwood has finally left Firelink Shrine. He basically got off his butt. He's like, you know what? Enough with this nihilistic crap. Well, not really, but yeah, he just straight up peaced out. He's like, alright, I'm done. And the reason you want to know this is because if you go up to Andre after getting this, you actually get another item which links you to Hawkwood. So talk to him.
Well, Matt, 'tis good to see ye in good health. What needs smithing this day? Weapons and protection are sturdy enough by and large, but so.
Alright, she's supposed to give us new dialogue. Let's try again.
There are two simple reinforcements.
Alright. Okay, yeah, we had to exhaust his dialogue there.
Oh, by the way, if you find any Estus shards, bring them here. They can be used to reinforce either of your Estus. Without those flasks, you'd want for life or focus, and they'll always stay with you. Why not treat them well, huh? Weapons and
we're supposed to get new dialogue, but I guess it's like... Oh, okay. I think I know what we need to do. That's another side quest that we need to go through. But I guess we'll also... Ah, yes. I completely also forgot about something else. We completed Sirius's... What the... We didn't even rest, but I guess it needs to reload the area despite the fact that we didn't travel anywhere. By completing Sirius's quest and after, I believe, defeating both the Twin Knights, we'll get something, a little dark in a sense when it comes to Sirius. Come on! There we go. What we want to do is that you want to about run way down here, up right near the hollow that stands near the bridge. Or right there at the cliff. Well, first off, because it's a hollow, kick him off. Ha! And yes, if you come all the way over here, yeah, it's Sirius. You pick this up, you get the Sunless Talisman, and yeah, Sirius is just there, dead. For some reason, she said she can finally die, even though you take her on as a knight. She stays with you basically up until this last point in the game. And yes, you get the Sunset Shield, which is Hodrick's shield. Because again, she was the daughter of him. Anyway, I believe the Sunless Talisman actually has a higher spell buff. It does require you to have pretty high faith to use, and for some reason, strength. Because God forbid, like 10 be anything for like some catalyst. What the? She had to load in.
Oh.
So you can purchase the item from her, and I believe this one has a different. Yes. This is the one actually relating to Sirius and Hodrick. It has item tied around it. A brief attached message suggests that it was a gift. Goodbye, dear grandmother. I will visit grandfather in the Pit of Hollows. So for some reason, the Shrine Handmaid and Hodrick were a thing. I guess, I don't know. But anyway, we filled that requirement. So now we're gonna have one last place to go to. That being Lothar Castle. So we are going to travel, I guess, like the upward section of, not the Twin Princess, we're going to be in the Grand Archive area. Because we have two characters that relate to this area. One that will take the elevator up to go see because it's faster that way, and then we'll just travel back around that way. And that'll be the end of this episode. Yeah, it's a lot of cleanup because I left out a lot of stuff. And then we'll go on to the DLC. We will put the lords upon their thrones. Be teleported to a new area. I'm not sure if we're going to defeat the DLC boss in the next part, because that might be 2 or 3 parts of its own, because the area is massive. Like, good lord. Okay, so we got that, and we're gonna. I feel like I'm still doing weak damage with this, even though my stats are fairly even, because it's supposed to rise with your faith and intelligence. And maybe if I was pure in one section, it would do more damage, because we also have the crystal one, but I just haven't upgraded it yet. So what we're going to do is that we're actually going to find something that's a little bit depressing, because like, oh, here's one merchant, here's another person we helped do, and now they're gone. And yeah, that's bad foreshadowing on my part. It's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna find someone else here who's also gone. You can see him right there. Okay, so we've gone down here. So what you want to do is go boop and not miss like I did, because you want to hurry up and deal with these freaking mages, because they're annoying as all heck. Stop it. And ew, we're covered in the goo. Yeah, if you come over here, it's Orbeck, unfortunately. You get Orbeck's ashes. So that's another way to complete that side quest regarding that lady from the dark, Yuria. I forgot her name already. Yuria, I believe is her name. I could be completely wrong. Anyways, that's how you complete her quest. Like, you can go all the way until the end of the game, and then bam, Orbeck's fine. Ish. Like, you just learn his lessons, give him that, and then you get a special weapon that puts you in hyper mode damage when you're at low health. You can do it as a glass cannon build, stuff like that. Ow. But we're not here to fight this thing. Where is it? We want to do something near it, but not specifically fight this. You know what? Screw it. We're just gonna kill it, because now it's upsetting me. Okay, like, you ticked me off. Screw you ticked me off. But you want to go, what is it, like, around here. Gosh, like... Okay, it's right down there, yeah, it's a bit of a tricky part, but I will just put on the silver cat ring. And you want to go right here. the Titanite scale, but if you go down here, you see that's Grey Rats, unfortunately. He gets his ashes, and like I said, it's impossible to save him. The only way, well, let me phrase that. The only way to save Grey Rat is to flat out say, do not go to here. Okay, so with that, we will go back to the Shrine Bonfire, and now we're going to see if Andre actually gives us the item regarding the quest line with Hawkwood, because good lord, quest lines on top of quest lines on top of quest lines, like it has you go to certain areas. Like, oh, do here, do this. Like, you have almost like no reason, unless you're like super curious, you almost have no reason to talk to some of these NPCs, like, ever. So now we're gonna go see, because Andre for some reason has the ability to continue Hawkwood's quest line. Let's see if he can actually let us continue it.
Well, 'tis what need. There to bring this in battle.
Okay, I was wrong.
For thee, my God.
But yeah, we'll end the episode there, despite the fact that it was basically dialogue and clean up with like a tiny bit of fighting in here. So next time you see me, we will continue the series against, I guess, the darkness, and we will fight. We will go to the DLC area. But with that, my name is MegaZero, everyone, and I will catch you all later.
Like darkness.